When someone goes to war, they expect and are prepared for battle and danger.
When you're in a personal relationship, you don't expect to be terrorized or feel like your life is in danger.
Like I did with my father.
Or how I felt with my husband.
In a healthy relationship, you expect to feel safe and secure and be treated with love and kindness.
Instead, my husband treated me like a 10-year-old child, a far cry from being a respected and rising star in corporate finance where I had worked before marriage. He insulted, chastised, and humiliated me daily for nearly 25 years, until I was emotionally crippled and frozen in fear to take any action. Until
one day when I came rushing home from the American University of Beirut in Lebanon, where I was attending my junior year of college, and I begged my mother to take me away from my abusive father.
Hi, I'm Rosie Aiello.
Hi, I'm her daughter, Sunny. We are the authors of the mother-daughter memoir, 11 Hours to Freedom, where we share our story of our international escape from my father's psychological, emotional, and verbal abuse, and tell our journey of healing, freedom, and creating a global movement to save women and children from domestic abuse.
My husband wasn't an alcoholic, nor a drug or sex addict. He wasn't a womanizer. Actually, he was quite brilliant with a doctorate in engineering, successful, cultured, and the life of the party. Until the doors closed.
When no one else but the three of us could see or hear.
Then he'd sit me down and scream insults at me for hours. I started to believe his lies about me.
I was only 5 when I overheard my father yell so violently at my mother and put her down in such a frightening and terrorizing way that I remembered fearing for my own life and safety. I thought he was going to kill her or throw her out of the house.
Words matter. They can destroy. You don't have to be physically assaulted to have the bruises, scars, and trauma of the abuse. By the time my daughter came begging to me that day, we both knew we had to get out or we'd die. Decades of him chipping away at our psyche nearly broke us.
We don't want another woman and child to have to go through what we did and to have to endure the pain and suffering and be robbed of their precious life.
I know that one person's story can be an inspiration for change, which is why we hope our story, 11 Hours to Freedom, could be a catalyst for inspiration and helping others.
And that's why we're committed to getting our book in the hands of those who need to hear our message of inspiration, hope, and freedom.
We got out. We have our freedom. And having spoken to countless women and from our own experience, we know that when women and children free themselves from an abusive relationship,
they can thrive and lead a normal life, because that's what my mother and I are doing now.
We want to help women and children live their lives, fulfill their potential, find their worth, and not sacrifice it being forced to live in some torture chamber.
Think of every woman you know in your life. Your sister, your mother, daughter, aunt, cousin, niece, friend, or colleague. They might be suffering from this insidious abuse.
Studies show that at least 3 out of every 10 women are suffering from abuse, often silently and in shame. And that figure doesn't even include verbal and psychological abuse. If you looked at me on the street, you wouldn't think I was in an abusive relationship and had suffered from PTSD, post-traumatic stress, would you? By buying this book, 11 Hours to Freedom, and sharing our story, you're helping others. 10% of the profits will go to charity.
And you'll be part of this amazing global movement dedicated to ending domestic abuse.